Good morning, my dear students. Hope all of you are well. And today I shall discuss some chemistry practicals. Okay. In my previous class, practical class, I discussed that identification of gases. And today we'll start from the action of heat on given substances. So a substance will be given, okay, and you have to apply heat in a dry test tube, and based on observation you have to identify that substance. So first substance you see, that is blue in color. You see this substance, blue in color, blue crystals. Okay, so we'll take this crystal inside a test tube, and then we'll try to apply heat. So we have taken little bit of substance, and here we have spirit lamp. Now we'll apply heat. Now observation is very much important. You see what is happening. The blue color crystals are slowly turning white and some vapor is coming. It is nothing but water vapor. Okay. Here you see outside it is becoming white. And this is coming, you see that water vapors are coming. Okay. It is becoming blue in color because there are some copper sulfate crystal. All of you know that copper sulfate generally dissolves in water, okay, forming blue color liquid. The blue color liquid is coming. This is nothing but water. Okay. Now again you see we are applying heat. So definitely the substance is copper sulfate, and it is called blue vitriol. It contains 5 water of crystallization, and when you are applying heat, okay, it will form CuSO4 plus 5H2. So that water of crystallization will come out. Okay, here you see water is coming out, and the blue color, blue vitriol, becomes anhydrous copper sulfate, that is white in color. So whatever you are observing here, you see is white. Okay, slowly it is becoming white. Water vapors are coming out and it is becoming white. So in this way, perfectly clean dry test tube you have to take, and you have to take the little bit of sample and you have to apply heat. Now whole blue color solid turns into white. Okay, that is the CuSO4 5H2 is crystalline and this is amorphous. Okay, this is not crystalline. So this is anhydrous copper sulfate, white in color. So in this way we can easily identify that copper sulfate 5H2, that means blue vitriol. Okay. Next sample is white in color. You see that color, and this sample is heavy. Okay, you see that white in color, this sample. Okay, and again we will take one test tube, and then we will apply heat. See what is happening. Observation is very much important. Some sound is coming. is called decrepitation. Crystals are baking and you are getting sound. And a brown vapor is coming out. Here you see brown gas is coming out from this test tube. And here we are getting a light yellow color residue. Able to see that brown color vapor is coming. Okay, see brown color vapor is coming. And you are getting a yellow color residue. Okay, yellow residue you are getting. Okay, see here outside yellow residue. Okay, that means inside wall. Okay, you are getting one yellow residue. Actually, this is lead nitrate. Whenever you are applying, it is forming PDO, that is litharge, lead oxide. It is yellow in color, and this NO2 gas is reddish brown color. Okay, and as well as oxygen gas is producing. Okay, so in this way we can easily identify the lead nitrate solid. Next we will take another solid compound. Okay, that is zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate, first it will be unknown. You see that white color solid. Okay, is a white color solid. Again we have to take one test tube. And then you have to take little bit of this sample. Now what we'll do, we'll apply heat. You see some gas is coming out. This is nothing but carbon dioxide gas. Okay, it's looking like water vapor. Actually, it is not water vapor. It is carbon dioxide gas. Okay, and if you turn this gas, okay, or if you pass this gas through lime water, it will turn milky. Okay, so all of you know that carbon dioxide will react with calcium hydroxide, forming calcium carbonate. Okay, and turns lime water milky, and if you pass it for long time, okay, then again it will be soluble because of formation of calcium bicarbonate. Now here you see what is happening. The sample slowly becomes very light yellow color. You see that very light yellow color it is showing. Actually zinc carbonate is decomposing, okay, and it is forming zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Now zinc oxide is yellow when it is hot, and if you cool it, again it will become white. Okay, so now you see one yellow, light yellow color is coming. See that sample becomes light yellow in color. Again, if you keep it for some time, it will become white. Slowly it will become white color. Now see, it is become white. Now it is almost white. So it is white in color now. Again, if I apply heat, again it will become yellow. In this way, you can easily identify the sample zinc carbonate. And if you have special apparatus for passing the gas coming out from this decomposition of this sample, okay, then definitely there you have to take the lime water. Definitely that lime water turns milky. and that is the identification test of CO2 gas. Now see again, it is becoming yellow, light yellow color is forming. See here, it is light yellow color. Okay, so in this way we can also identify the zinc carbonate sample. Okay, next another sample we'll do today, that is this compound. Okay, this compound is, see here, light green color. Okay, now again you have to take this sample inside a dry test tube. The test tube I am taking, that green color mass sample I am taking inside the test tube. Already taken. Again we have to apply heat. Now see what is happening here. Here also a gas is evolved. This is nothing but carbon dioxide gas. And the sample becomes black, you see. Sample is becoming black. Here you see. So this is nothing but, okay, this is nothing but copper carbonate. Whenever you are applying heat to copper carbonate, this forming CO, that is cupric oxide. So cupric oxide black in color. So that is why it is blackening the test tube, and there will be evolution of carbon dioxide gas. In this way, you can also identify that copper carbonate. Okay. So today we have discussed the identification of 4 sample by action of heat, and next class we shall discuss more. Actually in your syllabus 10 compounds are there. Okay. So next day I will try to demonstrate more. So today up to this, hope all of you have enjoyed this practical. Till if you have any question, okay, regarding this practical, you can ask in live class. So bye bye everybody. Thank you for watching.